Oh God, could it be that Archie hadn't actually deleted that picture? Did he show it to the principal? With shaking fingers, I gathered my books and went to the principal's office. Oh, that's it. I'm gonna get expelled. My future is doomed. My heart raced like a bullet train, but what the principal told me next was totally unexpected. Hey folks, did you know Albert Einstein's IQ was around 160? That's like 50 notches above the average human IQ. And I ain't bragging or anything, but I'm almost as smart with an IQ of 158. Yup, you heard that. I'm so freaking smart that I can predict you'll fulfill all your New Year's resolutions if you like and subscribe to the channel right now. I'm not even lying. Pinky swear. Okay, now let's dive into my wacky story full of so many twists and turns it'll make you woozy. Better sit down for this one, guys. Hey, I'm Matsu from a small seaside town in San Diego. My dad named me after a Chinese sea goddess because I literally adored the ocean. Even as a toddler, I'd spend hours learning surfing and snorkeling with Dad.
Wow, Daddy! Why am I not as colorful as the mandarin fish?
Whoa, you know its name?
Yup, I know all these fishes' names. That one's a clownfish, this is a royal grandma, and that one sulking like it got a year's detention, that's a blobfish.
Dad was so blown away with my knowledge of the underwater world that the moment we were back ashore, he took me straight to a school for gifted kids. Of course, they asked me tons of questions, but I answered them all like a pro. Your daughter's a genius. You should send her to the city where she can reach her full potential. Sadly, Dad was just a tourist guide who hardly made enough money to put food on the table, so sending me to some fancy school in the city was totally out of the question. When I was 7, Dad took a group of tourists to some ruins outside town, and I tagged along.
This place is exactly where the Spanish explorers settled in 1522.
But Dad, it's 1542, and that's when Spanish explorers first discovered this place. They settled here much later.
What do you know, Matsu? You're just a 7-year-old who still pees in bed.
But
I tried to protest, but just then an old woman from the group interrupted.
The girl is right. My great-great-grandfather lived here before moving east. Oh, yup. Now that I put a little pressure on this tiny brain of mine, yes, that's right.
The woman turned out to be Mrs. Norfolk, a rich socialite from New York. She smiled and asked me how I knew so much about history.
I just love reading.
Mrs. Norfolk and I spent the rest of the day talking like old buddies. By the end of the tour, she was so impressed with me that she told Dad she'd be happy to sponsor my education. So folks, that's how I ended up at one of the best schools in New York. I stayed at Mrs. Norfolk's mansion where she lived with her grandson Archie, who was 2 years older than me. And he was a complete brat, like yelling, throwing expensive china around for the smallest stuff kind of brat. On his 10th birthday, Archie demanded a private chopper, and that's exactly what he got. But when the helicopter landed in the mansion's huge backyard, Archie went inside and spat on the pilot's face.
I wanted a yellow chopper, you idiot!
That entire day, Archie refused to eat anything until the helicopter was painted yellow. I told you, total brat. Most days, Archie was a pain in the butt for everyone around him, including me. He'd put spiders in my bag, scribble in my notebooks, and bang his head on the wall until I agreed to play video games with him. Okay, stop! I'll play with you!
Cool, but you can't kill me in the game or I'll start banging my head again.
Ugh. While life at home sucked with Archie around, school was my happy space. I didn't have many friends, but I was happy keeping to myself and focusing on studies. But things took a wild turn when I reached 10th grade. You see, being the brightest kid in class, I was every teacher's pet. So one day, my math teacher sent me to get her bag from the staff room. But when I picked it up, a few sheets fell out that turned out to be the upcoming exam papers. I was still reeling in shock when suddenly a camera flashed.
Is that what I think it is?
I turned around in panic to see Archie standing right behind me.
Well. If the school's Einstein resorts to cheating, what hope do mere mortals like me have?
I wasn't cheating. I was just picking up this bag and these fell out.
You really expect me to believe that, sugar pie? But don't worry, I can keep this a secret if you promise to finish all my pending projects in 2 days.
What? My exams are in a week. I don't have time.
Well, it's either that or I show this picture to the principal.
Archie gave me one of his silly smiles and I felt my blood boil. This was pure blackmail. Just then, I remembered I'd seen him take out Mrs. Norfolk's brand new car last week for a ride, and when she noticed a huge dent on it later that day, he acted all innocent. If you show this picture to the principal, I'll tell Mrs. Norfolk what you did last Friday. Suddenly, Archie's face turned pale like a ghost, and he seemed totally stunned.
What? How do you know about that?
Seeing him super nervous, I kinda got a hint that he might be talking about something else than a car dent. It must be something really crazy, because he looked totally freaked, but I literally had no clue. And now he thought I knew his stupid secret. I can use it, and life would get good again. Well, I'll tell everything in front of Mrs. Norfolk.
No, wait! Let's not make any rash decisions, okay? And see, I'm deleting this picture right now, so you've nothing to worry about.
Good. Now, if you want me to keep my mouth shut, you better carry me on your shoulders and take me to the class. Okay, I knew that was super wacky, but I just couldn't miss this chance to get back at the moron. As Archie hoisted me up on his shoulders and walked through the school hallway, I felt like a freaking princess. Most kids looked amused at the unusual sight, especially since Archie was a bully and no one dared mess with him. But his witch of a girlfriend, Veronica? Oh, she went bonkers and tried to pull my leg. So Archie had to shove her a bit, but she acted like she'd been punched in the gut. Owie! Archie! You stupidest of all stupid morons on the planet! I hate you! She ran away crying like a banshee. It was fun. Anyway, after that day, Archie suddenly turned into a complete gentleman. He pulled the chair for me, hold the door, wipe my mouth clean after meals. Heck, he even let me kill him while playing video games. Wow. But he also followed me around at home all the frickin' time. If I went to the garden, he'd be there smelling the roses. If I went for a swim in the pool, he'd watch me like a hawk. If I went to the kitchen, he'd follow me there too. Archie, why are you acting like a creepy stalker?
No, I'm not. I'm just hungry.
You ate an entire casserole of lasagna 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, but I'm hungry again.
With that, he gulped down a jar of cookies and then burped in my face like a pig. Disgusting. But his clinginess reached the heights when he followed me to my room, too. Excuse me, I need to change.
Okay, I'll close my eyes.
What? Are you crazy? And what's with all this following me around?
I'm just keeping an eye on you so you don't go to Grandma and rat me out.
Oh, so Mr. Jerk was scared that I'd tell his secret to Mrs. Norfolk. As much as I was dying to know what Archie was hiding, I knew I had to play it cool so he wouldn't suspect I was bluffing all the while. Look, you can trust me. If I had any intention of telling Mrs. Norfolk, I'd have done it already by now. Archie still looked a bit skeptical, but thankfully he left. The next day, I was in the library when the principal called me. Oh God, could it be that Archie hadn't actually deleted that picture? Did he show it to the principal? With shaking fingers, I gathered my books and went to the principal's office. Oh, that's it. I'm gonna get expelled. My future is doomed. My heart raced like a bullet train, but what the principal told me next was totally unexpected.
Matsu, seeing your performance these last few years, we've decided to make you skip 2 grades.
What in the name of holy moly? That was amazing news. Except that now I'd be in the same class as Archie and Veronica. But I guess I could put up with that. That day when I got back home, I called Dad to give him the good news. I was talking to him when I heard loud noises coming from the hall. It was Mrs. Norfolk, and she was screaming at the top of her lungs. I can't believe you would do something so stupid, Archie!
I'm sorry, Grandma.
Sorry? That necklace was a family heirloom! Do you have any idea how much it cost? I had never seen Mrs. Norfolk look so angry. Apparently, Archie had gifted one of her super rare diamond necklaces to Veronica. And when Mrs. Norfolk spotted her wearing it at a party, she instantly knew it was hers. This time, Archie was in serious trouble. Mrs. Norfolk totally cut off his allowance.
Life sucks. I can't believe Grandma would do that to me.
Well, you totally deserve it. What in the world were you thinking, stealing in your own home?
Oh, don't act like you weren't a part of this. You knew I stole it all along.
What? I knew nothing about this. Suddenly, it dawned on me. So this was Archie's top secret. He thought I'd seen him take that necklace.
Matsu, you didn't really know what my secret was, right?
Suddenly, Archie's face was so close to mine and he looked very angry.
Tell me, Matsu, were you bluffing all this while?
It's not my fault. I was talking about you ramming your grandma's car. It was you who assumed I was talking about the necklace, and I just played along. I thought Archie would be totally pissed, but to my surprise, he started laughing.
Why, you're something else, Matsu. Unlike any other girl I know.
I know, I'm one of a kind.
Okay then, Miss One of a Kind. Help me get out of this mess. Grandma has taken away all my credit cards, so I'm officially broke now.
Well, how about trying to win your grandma's trust back? It's the summer break, so you can take up a job and show her you can act responsibly.
Job? I don't even know how to tie my shoelaces.
Well, Mr. Richie Rich, guess it's time to get off your high horse. Archie seemed to like my idea and started looking for jobs. He got hired as a cashier in a cafe, and I also took up a babysitting job nearby because although Mrs. Norfolk was paying for school, I didn't want to burden her with any more expenses. We'd both take the bus home together every evening and talk about our day. Soon I realized that Archie wasn't as bad as I'd thought him to be. He'd often give up his seat for people in the bus, and he continued to be the perfect gentleman with me, even though now he didn't fear I had a secret. One day, while we were waiting for the bus, Archie suddenly took off his jacket and wrapped it around my waist. What the heck are you doing?
There's a stain on your skirt.
That's when I realized I'd gotten my period. The entire ride home, Archie stood beside me like a rock, and then at night, he came to my room and gave me pain relief medicines and chocolates. Gosh, was this guy trying to make me fall in love with him? After about a month, Mrs. Norfolk's heart melted and Archie finally got his allowance back, so he left his job, but I continued babysitting to earn extra cash. Meanwhile, in school, I was totally killing it. In the first semester, I topped my class and was nailing the Olympiads too. One day, I was sitting in the library wrapping my head around quantum mechanics when Veronica dumped a pile of books in front of me.
These are my assignments. Get them done tonight.
Excuse me? Don't worry, I'll pay you for it. Well, thanks for your generosity, but I'm busy studying for the Science Olympiad.
Oh, come on. Think of it as a job. It's way better than cleaning a baby's poopy butt. Ew.
Veronica and her minions started laughing like hyenas. My face reddened as I realized Archie had told Veronica about my babysitting job. I wasn't ashamed of what I did, but I didn't want it broadcast in the entire school full of snobs. Just then, Archie walked in and suddenly Veronica went into extra sweet mode.
Oh, Archie. I was just asking Matsu if she wants to catch a movie with us tonight.
Yeah, why not? You have any plans, Matsu?
As a matter of fact, yes. I'm busy tonight cleaning a baby's poopy butt. Saying that, I marched out of there, but Archie followed me.
What was that about?
Why did you tell your dumb girlfriend that I babysit? She's been telling everyone that I clean poopy butts of babies.
Oh, come on. I'm sure she meant it as a joke.
Yeah, this might be a joke to rich brats like you, but for me, this is sensitive. But no worries, you wouldn't understand. I felt like a fool for assuming Archie was different from his gang. After that day, I decided to maintain my distance with Archie and Veronica. He tried to talk to me a few times, but I avoided him both at school and at home. A few months later, we all passed high school. Archie went abroad for college, while I bagged a seat in the country's most prestigious university on scholarship. The next few years, I poured my heart and soul into studies. It pained my heart to see marine life suffering due to the plastic dumped into the oceans, so I started looking for solutions. A year later, I came up with this small robotic device that could catch plastic trash near the shore before it reached the ocean. My invention grabbed the attention of a billionaire who bought my idea for $10 million. Dad and I were finally rich. 4 years later, I was working on a remote island when I got a call from Dad.
Matsu, Mrs. Norfolk passed away in her sleep.
I immediately went back home and took the next flight to New York. By the time I reached, though, the funeral was over, so I decided to go to the mansion and offer my condolences to Archie. But when I reached there, all I could hear was a baby crying nonstop. What is a baby doing in the mansion? I quietly followed the cries. They were coming from Archie's room. I peeked inside and saw Archie trying desperately to calm a wailing child. Archie? Whose baby is this? What is she doing in your room? Where's her mom?
Gosh, Matsu, can you please shut up and help me?
Just then, Archie pulled off the baby's diaper and it was covered with poop. He gagged and threw up in a dustbin. I burst out laughing watching the scene, but when I noticed Archie's miserable face, I went in and helped clean up the baby. She was the cutest thing I'd ever seen. I sang her a lullaby and the baby dozed off. See, this is how it's done. Now tell me, whose baby is this?
She's my daughter.
The revelation left me dumbstruck. What? How? When?
Well, Veronica and I dated in college and we got serious. Then one day she told me she was pregnant and Hazel came exactly 9 months after.
Okay, that was a lot of information to process. But the main question was, where the heck was Veronica now? Archie told me she left soon after Hazel was born as she felt she was too young and pretty to care for the baby. So now he was a single dad and judging by what I just saw, he was struggling to cope up. I'm sorry about Mrs. Norfolk.
She missed you in her last days. Kept saying how proud she was.
There was an awkward silence for a while, and then Archie spoke up.
Matsu, can you do me a favor? Hazel's nanny's ill, and you just saw how good I am with her. But she seems to like you, so can you spare a few days?
I kinda hesitated, but Archie kept pleading, so I finally agreed. Okay, but only for a week. You already know I'm a pro at wiping poopy butts of babies.
I'm sorry, Matsu. I didn't think Veronica would use it to humiliate you.
The next few days were pure bliss. Every day I'd help Archie with Hazel, and we'd have these little picnics out in the lawn playing all sorts of silly games with her. One day I couldn't find Hazel's favorite ball, so I went to Archie's room to look for it and found it under his bed. I crawled under to retrieve it when suddenly the bathroom's door opened and Archie walked out in just a towel.
Matsu, what are you doing here?
I was looking for Hazel's ball. I hurriedly tried to get out from under the bed, and in the process, I banged my head hard against it. Ow! I got up rubbing my head, and Archie was beside me in an instant. There were drops of water running down his chest, and he smelled so damn good. And when he started rubbing my forehead gently, I almost forgot to breathe. I'm okay.
No, you're not. I can see a bruise forming already.
Archie went back inside the bathroom and returned with a medicine. As he was applying it, I couldn't help noticing how handsome he turned out to be.
If you're done staring, you can leave so I can get dressed.
What? Of course, and I wasn't staring. You're not even that good looking. I practically ran out of his room, but not before hearing him chuckling away. Soon the week got over and it was time to go back home. I packed my bags with a heavy heart because I'd really grown fond of Hazel. Okay, who was I kidding? I'd probably fallen in love with Archie too, but I'd no idea if he felt the same. I often caught him looking at me intently, but he'd never said anything about liking me. Maybe he still loved Veronica. She was his baby's mother after all. That day, Archie left for the office unusually early, so I hired a cab to the airport. Just as I was about to enter the building, a car skidded to a halt right in front of me. Archie, are you trying to kill me?
No, you're trying to kill me.
What?
Did you even think of me and Hazel before leaving? Do you have any idea how hard it is for me to lose you again? I love you, Matsu. I guess I've loved you for years. I was just too foolish to realize it.
But what about Veronica?
I never loved her. She kept manipulating me, and I was too naive to understand that.
Suddenly, Archie leaned in and kissed me, and I couldn't help kissing him back. It was my first kiss ever, and it was perfect.